Performance Analysis ASP.DO2, Sarah Mckevitt. The aims of this presentation are to cover performance analysis, technology in sport, and a performance analysis of Exeter Chiefs rugby lineouts. Performance analysis provides athletes and coaches with objective information that helps them understand performance. Performance analysis is underpinned by systematic observation through technology in sport, which provides valid and reliable information on detailed and specific areas related to an athlete, team, or coach. The data collected from video capture facilitates enhanced feedback between the coach and athletes, which can lead to appropriate intervention for improvement within their performance. Performance analysis can be used annually, periodically, and during key periods in both training and competition. It can be used before, during, and after performance for when it best suits the coaching process. Performance analysis can be split into 4 subgroups. The coach or observer could look in depth at either tactical, technical, psychological, or physiological performance, targeting strengths and weaknesses to highlight and analyse. Essentially, performance analysis is about knowing what actually happened as opposed to what you perceive to be happening. Research shows that on average, athletes and coaches can only recall 30% of performance correctly, which allows for the remaining 70% to be derived from performance analysis techniques. Technology allows for the detecting and monitoring of strong focus points within a sporting performance that a coach and performer would be unable to identify and keep track of independently. Technology in sport has become an essential part of the coaching process. The process of technology in sport involves the observation, through video footage, analysis, through coding and statistics, evaluation of the main focus points and specific strengths and weaknesses, the feedback that can be developed from the statistics, and a plan created to enhance the performance. Appropriate feedback cannot occur without accurate observation and analysis, so without the use of technology in the current sporting climate, insufficient feedback will be generated and therefore no positive changes in the performance will take place. The main benefits of using technology are all related to the ability to see past the obvious. Within performance or practice situations, the coach cannot concentrate on everything at once, they won't remember everything that happens, they cannot focus on every event, and they cannot maintain broad attention. Performance and process goals monitor small achievements which lead to the outcome goals, which relate to winning or performing better than the opposition. Using the SMART acronym, coaches and athletes can come up with a structure for annotating their practice and performance to direct the athlete in reaching short and long-term goals. GameBreaker is video analysis software that allows for the recording, editing, coding, and therefore analysis of sports performance. GameBreaker can also be used to analyse the opponent's performance to give a greater view on tactics and preparation. The overall purpose of technology in sport is to enable the coaches and athletes to create a system, gather statistics, compare the results, solve the problems, and apply them to the next practice and performance. The rugby lineout is the most utilised method of getting the ball back into play throughout a rugby game. The relative strengths and weaknesses of the team and opposition determine the structure and throw patterns that bring the highest win percentage to the team. Given the high try-scoring percentage, which is on average 30% coming off lineouts, an efficient lineout unit can maximise the team's attacking platform. A coach's planning should involve a defined strategy for each scenario and opposition to achieve game objectives. The coach needs to know what will work best for the individual players and the team to achieve the most beneficial outcome in performance. In comparison to the history of a lineout, there is significant evidence supporting its importance in the game. Previously, a lineout consisted of disorganised scrabble to get the ball with no lifting or supporting. In the modern game, we see more structure in the lineout, pre-planned events, and organisation has excelled. There are many more lineouts used in the modern game as opposed to the past, with the number of lineouts leading to tries showing distinct increases. The Exeter Chiefs were analysed during a match performance to assess the structure and tactics used within their lineout performance. The aspects monitored and coded were the amount of lineouts, where they took place on the pitch, whether they were attacking or defending throws, whether they were thrown to the front, middle or back of the line, and what the chosen outcome for ball play was post-line-out. The obvious analysis to make on line-out performance was the tactical formation used. Although this is the key performance indicator, there are other needs for physiological, psychological and technical aspects which contribute to the line-out, and without them the tactics would be pointless. Through coding of the Exeter versus Harlequins game, it was clear that different tactics were being used in relation to the area of the pitch that the line-out was being played and the decision to play a defensive line-out or attacking. Defensive line-outs presented clear caution amongst the movements. If the team were defending their side of the pitch, the aim was to get the ball as much distance from their defence line as possible. The ball was seen thrown to the backs, allowing for spacing and quick long passes for width, or for with a quick move with the ball, they would kick it further across field. In scenarios when the opposition had possession of the ball, tricks of play were seen in the defence, such as gathering around the front region, forcing the thrower to make a longer, riskier throw to the back of the line-out. When defending, the team also seemed to be ready for change and the element of surprise, such as defending a maul developed by the opposition or being quick to react to the ball being played wide. In attacking line-outs, the play was commonly more complex, however they did play safer on challenging occasions. It was also clear that they had learnt the opposition's defensive pattern and knew how to throw away from it. It was seen that they had a game plan objective set, such as, within the 10 to 22 attacking side of the pitch, they played with the width of the pitch, so they were seen to knock the ball off the back of the line out, enabling a fast pass out to the width, gaining the distance to the try line. A more confrontational approach was seen within the 22 to try line. Within this region of the pitch, a catch and drive option seemed to suit the situation best, such as throwing to the front or middle of the line out, allowing for a maul formation to push the last few metres towards the try line. The most common tactics in the line-out scene were extremely contrasting for attacking and defending occasions. The attacking line-outs were commonly thrown to the front or middle, where then the team would create a maul and push over the last few metres. Sometimes an attacking line-out was thrown to the mids or backs, who would then use the pitch width in passing to create an open space for a run to the try line if more distance was to be covered. In the defending line-outs, however, the ball was commonly thrown to the mids or backs, who would then get the ball out of the danger zone by quick passing or, in extreme situations, a kick to clear the area completely. Sometimes, however, the team threw to the front to assure a safe and direct pass to their team without the risk of losing the ball. From analysis in the 2012 Six Nations, it was seen that there was a minimum of 17 line-outs per match and a maximum of 30. This matches the statistics from the Exeter match. It was seen that Italy had the most success in their line-out performances. Italy scored most highly in their own throws and opposition throws, most notably in their opposition throws, where they won twice as many steals as their opponents. The statistics show that all of the teams had relatively close technique results, such as throws being accurate and straight, which indicates that the probable reason for such a distinct game advantage in the lineouts was due to tactics and performance analysis. Although the benefits of using technology in sport to analyse and provide feedback are endless, there are some limitations. The technology costs money to provide enough cameras for the required angles, the computers and the software packages. The process is time-consuming. It requires setting up, attention throughout the games and practices, and study post-performance before creating valid evaluation and forming feedback from the results. The main issue within using the technology is the theory of becoming too dependent on its abilities and feedback that we lose the value of team input and suggestions outside of statistics gathered, potentially limiting the team's success. From the information gathered in analysing the line-out performance, it was clear that the coach, team and individual players had followed a very set tactical layout. They had simplicity and security within their defensive lineouts, ensuring the worst possible outcome for their opponents, and were contrasting in their attacking lineouts with bold and strong actions, however still caring for detail, and were clearly aware of risks and the need for reliable tactics, thus producing the most beneficial outcome. Please refer to other features on my Mahara page to justify my findings for this performance analysis presentation.